Hi, I'm Tony Stefano with Hillside Christmas Tree Farm, and today we're in our spruce field and we're setting up our traps for the White Pine Weevil. So these are referred to as teddy traps. They are just pyramid traps, and they sit on the ground, and there is a cone with a hole in the top. I'll come a little closer and show you. Sits on there, and then a lure that you put on, and the aroma brings the White Pine Weevil. They climb up the trap. They get stuck in this, and what you are monitoring is the egg-laying parents of early spring. The egg-laying parents that lay the eggs inside the tree, that then the larvae eat all the bark and inside the leader. I've done a lot of videos, and you can see all this stuff, and it kills the top of the tree. It is one of our biggest detrimental pests. So I have 3 traps. We're going to lay them out. I know they like the Serbians. This is our older Serbian field, and then we'll kind of put some in the younger blues. And I've also started seeing them in the Black Hills. Not a lot of Black Hills, maybe 2 or 3 over the last 5 years. But White Pine Weevil is the reason why we stopped growing Serbian Spruce. And they also get big and, I don't know, just not a good quality Christmas tree. But anyways, we're here to talk about White Pine Weevils, not different types of spruce. So we're going to put a trap here and then some in the field. Now again, we're monitoring for the egg-laying parents. Once we see them inside here, we know that they're active and it's time to spray. I think they're usually around a 25 to 80 growing degree day 50 pest. I don't think we're anywhere near that. I haven't looked, but we had a few nice days and it dipped down. Today, right now, it's probably like maybe 40. So I'm going to come a little closer and show you what this trap looks like. Again, this is just a cone. There is a hole in the center that they climb through, and then they can't get out. So again, when you're monitoring for these part of your IPM practices, you're looking for them in here. You see them, time to spray. So a couple years ago, we've had some huge losses. You see me cutting tops out. And the idea of cutting the tops out is that they're still in their cocoons, they're still in there. You're pulling them out of the field kind of as a retroactive thing. This is the proactive approach. We did this last year and we had great success. They are an easy pest to control. What's good about the application time of your insecticide is that it's really early. You're not going to, very low risk to the beneficial insects. So this is an easy one to control. So I would suggest getting some traps if you're having a problem with White Pine Weevil. If you're curious what to look for, the damage, again, I have a lot of videos on this insect and pest, from scouting to kind of what the damage is to what you should apply and things like that. So take a look at those videos. I'll post those down below. So yeah, we're going to put 3 traps out. It should go pretty quick. I use re-rod, you'll see, and I spike them, I pound them in, zip tie the lure on top, and it smells like eucalyptus, I think is what it smells like. So yeah, why don't you follow along. So like I said, we're going to attach re-rod. Use re-rod for this. Take the trap. I have some lure in my pocket. Our first one's going to go by right here by this nice row of them. We'll put it here at an old stump. Might not even need the driver. Up a bit, camera be a little more secure. Ooh. All right, we'll get the trap. Forgot the zip ties. Move the camera for this one. Perfect. All right. This, some zip ties. Bought a new mount for my little action here. If you're feeling generous, you like the content, you should consider donating to the Buy Me a Coffee link. Stuff does take more time when you add these, when you film it, and equipment is expensive. But if you like the channel, if you consider it, that'll be much appreciated. So we put one zip tie there, we'll put one down here. Alright, then the top has holes too. Close the camera, lower. This thing here just sits on top here. I think we'll use zip ties instead of twisty ties. One of the mistakes I made a couple years ago was I left these out all summer, and the sun made these traps very brittle, and they broke, and I really didn't catch it. So, you know, just being, you pay for being lazy, I guess. So don't be lazy. Take care of your traps and stuff, and they'll last you a long time. I get these things from Great Lakes IPM, the lure, and that's where I got the traps. It was kind of a 3-set. So it's out of Michigan. I'm sure they have it on Amazon or somewhere else. I haven't looked around other places because I found where I get it from. So then I take a cloth, and this is what I will attach the lure to her to. So we need 3. 1, 2, 3. Put those in. So I don't know, it might not be the easiest thing to hear, but what I do like about being out here is all the nature, right? I just heard a pheasant and geese in the pond, ducks. I mean, just spring is a very active time for just nature, and around the farm too. So it's a wonderful thing. You don't get that with artificial. So keep that in mind. All right. So now we're applying the lure. Yeah. I think this is like the gel that kind of helps absorb the liquid. Need more pockets. And this is the actual lure. Looks fantastic. This is something I'm also in a bad habit of. I keep it inside the barn where it gets cold. I should keep it inside the house where it stays warm so it doesn't freeze. All right, so that one all set, and we will move on down the line into our new fields. Kind of show you the camera angle. Down there past the orange fence into our new fields so that we can protect our future trees. Just want to hit one in here because I know this is where we've had a lot of problems. So here we go. Ground was soft enough. I feel we won't need that. So a trap, pyramid, and a re-rod. Zip ties, lure I have. We're gonna leave my camera at that first spot. Use this one. I have my mic, so we'll see how far that reaches. So I think we have one more year of Serbian that we planted. And so when I set traps, I kind of think of where did I see damage? Because I know that there'll be some bugs in that area. So that's one of the things I think of. And then I know they like Serbian, and then just kind of space them out as we feel. So try to find one that we had some damage on. We'll put a trap next to that. Hop our fence. Should have brought both traps so I don't have to walk to the other one. Go with that one. Man, it's good when you don't see damage. That's exciting. Right there. Okay. So here's where they had some damage. That's what it looks like. You know, dead top. So we're going to put one right between here. Sink it in. Good set. Put that stuff there. Man, look at this little clip right here. Let's see if this will work here. Clip to the tree. That I have not done before, so. One down low. Number two. the trap. Go. Cloth. So we put the cloth above the trap, that way they smell it, and that kind of attracts them. This absorbent. Okay. Now the lure. Alright, trap number 2 set. Grab the camera. So this field is 2 halves. I want one on the other side just to kind of give myself a good trap visual coverage. So hop over the fence, grab the other trap. These are the last Serbian that we planted here, actually. I can't remember the year that we stopped, but moving forward, we don't. I see some damage that we'll probably put the trap at. I will drive the side-by-side up. And if you're wondering what the orange fencing is, we actually rope off the fields that we don't want people to cut. So these trees are reserved for next year. You see it works pretty well. We didn't have anyone jump a fence this year. And then here's the trees that we opened up this year. These are the Black Hill Spruce. Moving over into the Colorado Blues. Kind of wipe those out. And then the Serbians from the previous year. So field management is a pretty important thing. Again, we physically rope off our fields. We block plant, which kind of allows us to do that. If you interplant, a little harder to do. You can't rope off full sections. So you have to come up with another thing. Some ideas are people individually tag trees that, only a tag tree is allowed to be cut. So I guess let me know what you do on your farm, right? Do you guys block plant? Do you interplant? Ugh. We talked about seeing damage in Black Hills. So as we were walking to the cart, I was kind of keeping an eye on where I want to put the next trap. So here's a Black Hill Spruce. We see that there was some weevil damage. So we're gonna put a trap right here. Let's get this camera in a spot where we can utilize it. Between all right. My understanding is the weevils, they overwinter in the ground under the trees, and then when it thaws and warms up, that's when they come out and they climb up and lay the eggs. So I think in general, you know, the life cycle of insects is pretty interesting, you know. I don't know, just neat. I guess nature knows how to take care of itself. Doesn't really need us. So I've been hearing more pheasants the last couple times I've been out here, which is exciting. I remember hearing them a lot when I was a little kid. I don't live on the farm now, but I did grow up on the farm. Moved out here when I was about 10 years old. And my dad bought the property in '83 with the intention of being a Christmas tree farm. So I have a lot of experience with Christmas trees. I think obviously, you know, spending your spring breaks planting and all that stuff kind of led to some resentment in my teenage years, but working was a chore, right? But now that I'm a dad, I think it definitely turned me into a better person. Good work ethic, a lot of skills. You know, my high school daughter's taking a marketing class, and I told her, I was like, you know, think about how you could sell trees better. Just or don't. Choice is yours, right? So try not to force my will upon them, but you know, something's got to happen after I go, so hopefully they want to keep it going. All right, last one here. Man, as much as I wish it was spring, man, it is brisk today. The wind is picking up. All right. Joe. And the lure. All right, that does it. Now we wait. So I'll use the Michigan State University Enviro Weather website to monitor the growing degree days. We'll keep zip ties in this little White Pine Weevil bait box, because that is one of the necessary things to have. All right, so that kind of does it. We set our 3 traps. We have a damaged tree here. I saw one. We're maybe about 50 feet from the other trap on the other side of the road. And then the first one we set in the old area. So these are the trees we'll probably be opening up in maybe 2 years. Obviously, we want to make sure that we don't have any weevil damage. It does take a long time for them to recover from that. Not a fun bug to mess with. So, yep. All right, it's a little different style, walking, talking. I guess I've done it before, but that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll put links to the traps and pyramid traps, teddy traps, the lures, all that stuff. Again, I get them from Great Lakes IPM. Probably available too. If I post an Amazon link, that's the only way to support the channel. That link gives me a little bit of revenue, commission, I guess is how they word it. And it doesn't cost you anything extra, but just a way for you to support the channel and everything that I'm doing here to try to help you grow better trees. All right, thanks for watching. Happy spring.